It's time for some NBA playoff basketball. We're switching up the intro today because Rafi, thankfully, is not here. Theodore and Davian talking some hoops tonight. How we feeling, Davian?
I'm feeling excited, man. I mean, Knicks first game one, that was quite the win, quite the performance by Josh Hart. I'm hyped as a Knicks fan. I'm just hyped as a basketball fan. I mean, we got great matchups this year. We got some underdog stories. We got some stories of, redemption arcs. And I'm just excited for what we have in store, really.
Yeah, look, my Thunder, we got absolutely shit on in the playing game against Minnesota. We just were the worst team down the stretch. And it sucks that my team won't be in the playoffs, but I still have plenty of rooting interest, as I'm sure you'll see throughout this video. But I also have some very logical, reasonable takes, as always, that are going to be correct. So we're going to get those in a minute. And let's start right now with the Eastern Conference. We're kind of going to run through all the matchups. So
let's do it.
Davian, I don't know if you saw this game, but last night the Miami Heat somehow beat the Bucks, and now Giannis is hurt. So all momentum seems like it's on Miami's side. Do you see the Heat pulling this out by any shot?
No. Still on that Bucks train. I'm sorry. As much as I love the Heat, and I love Tyler Hero, and I love Jimmy Butler and whatnot.
Tyler Hero broke his hand.
Oh, wait, he broke his hand?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that makes it even worse for Miami.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, I still see the Bucks coming out of it. Maybe it might be a game 6, but I still see the Bucks, honestly.
I'm with you completely. Bucks in 6. Come on, look, the Heat, they're the Heat. I mean, they got good talent. Jimmy Butler is a baller in the playoffs, but it's Giannis. Giannis is going to be on a mission this year.
It's Giannis. He's the Greek freak. You can't stop him. It's that simple.
Okay, so now we're going to go on to your series, and I'm going to let you do most of the talking here. First of all, that game 1 was incredible between the Knicks and
Knicks. That game 1 was magnificent. Look, this Knicks team, they're set to win this round at least. The next round, that's a different story. We could talk about that later. But look, I'm really hyped for this Knicks team. Brunson back, Randall back. Randall played extremely well considering he's off the injury. Yes, he's a bit shaky, but honestly, I'm very happy with his performance. The Cavs are a really good team. I could really see them really pushing this to a game 7, but currently I got Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5.
In 5.
What are you on, Davian? What are you?
No, I'm telling you, man. Look, we win. We won away at the way. We're gonna win the MSG. First game, okay. We gotta win. All right, that's just not refutable. All right. So you go up 2-0, right? You go back to Cleveland. Fine. You know what? They win that game, right? Knicks recoup, go back to New York.
Yeah, for Davian and any other people who don't know, it's 2-2. So games 1 and 2 in Cleveland, then back to New York.
Okay, fine. My bad. I got confused with other sports. Yeah. Either way, they'll win in Cleveland again. They'll sweep them away. They'll come back home. They'll win 1 game. They'll lose the second game because they have too much momentum, right? And they'll go back to Cleveland. They'll win it, and they're off to the races.
This man is delusional, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. We'll get to your takes later on, and then we'll talk about who's delusional here.
Okay. I'm not delusional, though. That's the thing. Look, the fact of the matter is, first of all, this is such a fun series. I like both these teams. I'm cool with either team winning, and I think it might be the Knicks. But Knicks in 5 is crazy. Come on, did you watch game 1? Donovan Mitchell is insane. 42 points, and just wait until he gets to MSG. He's gonna torch you worse than
they brick. But the Cavs are so brick at the end of the night. I'm telling you, man, this Knicks team, they're winning in 5.
Yeah. So I am going to disregard what Davian said and go with Cavs in 7.
Are you kidding me?
I think this is one of the best first.
No way.
I think Cleveland pulls it out, though. I mean, the fact of the matter is the Knicks, they're a fun team. I like them. They play great as a team. But they're going to regret not trading for Donovan Mitchell because they don't have that Donovan Mitchell level player, and he's going to show them why they should have brought him home to New York. It's going to be a fun series, though. It's not going to be Knicks in 5. Get out of here with that. Knicks in 5.
No. With all due respect, no.
Okay, whatever you say, Davian. So
all due respect, no, the Knicks are playing so well. They got all the chemistry. Yes, Cleveland's a good team, but they will the Knicks will figure out how to defend Donovan Mitchell. And once they lock him up, this team is nothing. I'm telling you that.
Have never been able to clamp Mitchell, and no one has this year. The man dropped 71 in a game. It's incredible.
Yes, Mitchell's great. Don't get me wrong. I love him. I wish he was a Knick, but no, I don't see it.
Okay, so from one New York team to the other, we're going to talk about Brooklyn right now. I like this Nets team. You see the two Nets jerseys behind me. I'm not a Nets fan, but like Vince Carter.
I do like Brooklyn too. I do like Brooklyn.
Yeah, you got to rep Brooklyn. So, fact of the matter is, Philly just absolutely wrecked them game one.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I wanna root for Brooklyn.
I want to see a redemption arc, as I kind of mentioned. Like we might see redemption arcs. I don't see it. I don't see it with Brooklyn. I don't see it with this Brooklyn team at least.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, you're a team that, you kind of wobbled into the playoffs, let's be honest. Like, yeah, at the end, you kind of like had a good stretch, kind of figured out your groove, but this team from, if they were to play full 82 game season, the team that is right now, they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe the play-in, but they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, look, I want to pick Brooklyn. I think they make it somewhat competitive, Sixers and 6, but this is not a very good Nets team.
Yeah, I got Sixers and I'll go Sixers and 6. Why not?
Mikal Bridges is a baller though. He's such a fun.
Yeah, he is. He's really good. Yeah, for sure.
So now from one team that I hate in Philly to another that I'm not a fan of in Boston. We're gonna go there. And Atlanta kept it kind of competitive in game one, but they still lost, and Boston has the momentum. What do you see here, Davian?
No, I'm gonna stick with momentum. I got Boston winning this. I don't know how many games really. Maybe it goes to 6, maybe 5. But look, this Boston team is really, really good. I like whenever I watch them play, I really liked what I saw. This Atlanta team, they're good, but they're just missing. They're missing that factor. They're missing another key player to really push them out of the first round. And because of that, I got Celtics winning.
You know what's hilarious about this Atlanta team? They gave up the house. They gave up everything for DeJounte Murray, like 4 first-round picks, pick swaps, all that.
Yeah.
Then after they make that trade, Kevin Durant becomes available. If I'm in Atlanta, I would kill my GM for that because it's just it's a dumb move.
You would wait. I mean, unless there was it was really heated market. I mean, you still wait. Like there's rumors flying around about Kevin Durant before. I wouldn't. I would at least make a call to Brooklyn, say like, "Hey, is he available or not?"
You try to make because that's a move that would have him as a title contender right now.
Right. Exactly.
I think Atlanta's a good team though. I mean, they were in the conference finals a couple years ago, and you look at the stretch of the season, they went they never lose 2 games in a row. They'd go 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. So I think they're going to continue that trend. They're going to push Boston to 7 games. They're going to keep competitive. I do not like the Celtics team. Jason Tatum is a bum. He's overrated. He's not the next Kobe. Get out of here with that. So Boston 7 though.
As much as I dislike, as much as I'm not a crazy Celtics fan, and as much as I agree with you, Jason Tatum's not the next Kobe, and I hate those comparisons that he keeps making. Like, bro, just be yourself and just
right. Yeah.
Man. I don't think it goes up to 7. Maybe like 5 or 6. I don't think it goes up to 7 though.
Yeah.
I don't see Atlanta keeping it that competitive.
So you don't have a competitive series there. We're gonna move to the West now, and there's one series there that I have that's very non-competitive. That's the Denver Nuggets. I think Jokic is going.
It's a sweep.
It's a sweep. Yeah,
Take out the brooms. Take out the brooms, man. Look, this Nuggets team, I had the honor of seeing them at play the Suns with their bench. Like nobody, like Nick, Jokic, Murray, none of them played, right? And they kept it competitive against the Phoenix Suns, who played Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, the entire starting lineup. And I'm telling you, this Nuggets team kept it extremely competitive all the way to the end. Their bench is deep. Reggie Jackson has to be one of the most underrated players.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No.
I mean, without debate. Honestly, look, this Nuggets team is going to sweep. The Timberwolves are abysmal. They're like, if this happened, if the events that happened with Gobert and whatnot happened like maybe 10 games before the playoffs started, I don't see them making the play-in. That's the way I see it. I just think that this Timberwolves team is super, just too much locker room drama going on. I don't see them being able to win a game.
Okay,
Take out the Brooms.
let me
Nuggets
ask you this. What was a worse trade? The Timberwolves getting Rudy Gobert or the Broncos getting Russell Wilson? They're both horrible.
But, I mean, the Timberwolves did make the playoffs, though, so.
Fair. But everyone makes the playoffs in the NBA.
Right, true. But then, that's a good debate, because honestly, if you think about, like, Russell Wilson, you still, like, you give it another year, maybe you can see what formulates out of it.
The Timberwolves, this team, like, there's no shot they're ever going to be anything special, right? Like,
yeah, honestly, for now, I mean, look, Anthony Edwards is insane, but
I love Anthony Edwards, yeah.
He's great. But we've seen him have bad nights. Go like 4 for 15, like he did against the Lakers in the play-in game. So I mean, give him time, he'll become a baller. But yeah, they're in a tough position, honestly.
All right, Nuggets in 4, case closed. Let's get to what my favorite series of this first round is. Russell Westbrook and the Clippers against Kevin Durant and the Suns. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, this is peak NBA playoffs.
I want to make it for the record. Theodore mentioned in my comment section on my latest post on Instagram that the Clippers are going to sweep. Theodore, you cannot make any other take but that. Theodore, I will give you the floor to somehow defend that ridiculous take.
Get the brooms.
No!
Clippers sweep the Suns.
There's no way.
Yes, it is going to happen. I'm sorry. Look, the Clippers won game 1, and last night it was an incredible game to watch. And guess what? Russell Westbrook shot 3 for 19 from the field, and it didn't matter. They still were able to win. Paul George was hurt. It didn't matter. They still were able to pull it out. Kevin Durant is not a good playoff performer. He won 2 Mickey Mouse rings in Golden State. What else has he done? Nothing. Kevin Durant is not good. Devin Booker is inconsistent, and Russell Westbrook is here to clamp him. Look at what Russ did to Booker. I mean, down the stretch, Devin Booker goes up to the layup. Russ stuffs him cleanly. Then Devin Booker's crybaby ass starts complaining to the ref, so Russ throws it off his leg. It was an incredible play, and that is why Russell Westbrook is a top 5 point guard of all time. He's better than CP0, and the Suns are going to get swept.
That is a ridiculous take. All right, again, as I mentioned before, I've seen this Phoenix Suns team play. They can cook on offense. I'm telling you, okay, let's put it out straight. This series is going to be a shooting battle. I don't believe either team really has that lockdown defense. Yes, is there times where, like, Westbrook or Durant will come up with like a crazy block, or Chris Paul will shut down Paul George? Yeah, there is, but I don't see it really becoming. I don't see it being a defensive battle. In any case, I think the Suns win this. I think it will be competitive, yes, but it'll go up to like game 6 or 7. I don't see the Clippers winning this.
In 4.
I don't see a Clippers sweep. That is a ridiculous take. All right, and it will be proven wrong tomorrow night.
No, you can say whatever you want. It doesn't hit. First of all, look. This is like probably the most star power you're ever going to see in a first round matchup. I mean, Chris Paul, Devin Booker,
sure, yeah, 100%.
Russ, Kawhi, Paul George is absolutely incredible, and it's going to be even more incredible when the Clippers sweep. Case closed. You guys are going to have to finally praise me when I get this pick right, because I will.
You won't, and I'll laugh.
All right,
and I'll continue to laugh.
Okay, so from one wildly entertaining series to another, that's my go-to transition from today, from one to the other. Like how Rafi will say, anyways, that's my thing.
I like it.
Thing is idiotic takes. So we're going to talk about Sacramento and Golden State, the king and the beam in the playoffs. How about Curry completely choking in game 1? He had like a corner or a straightaway 3 to like win the game and just completely missed it. And rooting interest, I'm all in on the Kings. I want to see the Kings win this series. I think a lot of us do. But Davian, I mean, the Warriors are just so good, right? You got to think they.
I mean, look, I love the Sacramento team. I want them to pull this out. But as I mentioned, redemption arc, this is where I see it. This is where I see the Warriors, the 6th seed, coming in as kind of like the underdogs in this series, losing game 1. I see them really making competitive. I think this goes to a game 6 or 7 with the Warriors coming out on top. That's the way I see it. Look, would I be surprised if the Kings win? No. The only thing that would surprise me if the Kings sweep. That's the only thing that will ever surprise me.
Me too, yeah.
Other than that, I mean, look, this could be a competitive battle, but I see the Warriors coming out on top.
If there was one series that I had to bet on to go to a Game 7, it would be between this and it would be between that Knicks-Cavs series. Because those
I agree. Fine, agreed.
seem like teams that are so evenly matched. And I don't know. I definitely see this game going to a Game 7, and I just don't see the Warriors with all their big-time playoff performers losing a Game 7.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I want to see the Kings win, but deep down, I just got a feeling that the Warriors will pull it out. It's going to be Golden State in 7. And now we're going to head over to our last playoff series, which
is Mickey.
Lakers, yeah, LaMickey.
And Hood John Morant.
I mean, that's just the storyline. Dylan Brooks. Oh my god.
That team is a joke.
It is.
In the locker room. But on the court, they're going against the bigger joke, which is the Lakers.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this Lakers team almost lost to the Timberwolves in the play-in. The Timberwolves, who were playing so bad, who were playing without Rudy, and they almost lost. Look, as much as I think LeBron is, a great player and playoff LeBron's a complete different beast, this team is a failed experiment, and they keep on trying to work with it. You can't do it. You can't work with a team that has no chemistry. These players weren't meant to play together. You can't just throw the best of the best on a team and expect them to play well. The dream team was, again, the dream team. It doesn't apply, especially in the NBA. We need to play 82 games.
100%.
I see Grizzlies taking this. There's no debate about it.
Yeah. And now this is going to completely shock you, Davian, but Anthony Davis is hurt. Never heard this one before. He's probably not going to play for the rest of the series, most likely, because he's made of glass. And yeah, so give me Memphis in 6. I see the Grizzlies winning, but I also don't see them going far. I'll say this, and we're going to get to these picks in just a minute, but I think the winner of that Golden State-Sacramento series has a very easy path to get to the conference finals.
Why would you say that?
I'm not high on Memphis at all.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I can see that. I mean, I
just don't think
I don't know. I feel like because once they get their groove back, I don't know. Once you play, let's say it goes up to 6 games, right? That's 6 games, and then they're playing against, a Kings team, which has never been in the playoffs before, right? The hype gets to you. We've seen, crazy good teams make it into the, make it far in the playoffs and just suddenly choke.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's the Warriors, that's also tough because there's beef between the two teams, right?
Yeah.
And, it gets emotional.
Draymond,
I don't see it being an easy path, but I could see it being one of the easiest paths in the NBA.
So, yeah, we're going to make our conference finals picks right now, and we're going to work backwards because we're already on this series, so may as well start here. Yeah, look, the fact of the matter is I just don't see Memphis. The Steven Adams injury, first of all, really hurts him because you don't have that big guy inside anymore. It's, what's his name, Kenny Lofton, who's 6'9", and he's a baller as a rookie, but he's not going to do much. So the fact that they don't have a true center on that team is going to really hurt him. I don't trust Ja enough in the playoffs. I think it's going to come down to Desmond Bane making shots a lot of times, and if he ever has a bad night, the Grizzlies could really be cooked.
Right. Yeah.
So give me Golden State to the conference finals, and they will be matched up in that series against. Wonder what I'm going to say here. Wonder what to say.
No, come on.
Please, it's going to be the Clippers. I mean, look.
No, come on. What are you talking about?
I love
Jokic.
Jokic.
Clippers team is not beating the Nuggets.
I really do love Jokic, and I think the Nuggets got a good squad, but Kawhi Leonard, you've seen what he can do in a playoff series. You've seen what he does.
And I see Denver, man.
I haven't seen Denver go on a true playoff run. I mean, they have one.
But this is the year, man. This is their year.
I want to believe it. I mean, it would be cool if it happened, but Look, the firepower on the Los Angeles Clippers is just incredible. I'm going to take Russ and company to make the conference finals.
All right. That's your delusional pick. It's
Huh?
okay. I have my delusional pick too. What do you got in the Eastern Conference final?
Okay, yeah, Eastern Conference final. We are going to go with the Bucks. I mean, look, Cleveland, New York, that's going to be a bloodbath. Both teams are going to be exhausted after that. I think the Bucks and Giannis just coast right into that matchup and probably take it in 5 or 6 games. And they're, oh my God, I cannot wait to hear what Davian says. And then the other side, Philly and Boston, nightmare matchup right there. But give me Embiid and the Sixers instead.
Okay, agreed. There we go. Agreed.
Okay, let's hear
Okay. I was talking about redemption arc. I'll continue off of that. Warriors, Nuggets, give me them in the Western Conference final.
Okay.
All right.
I thought you were yeah, I was scared there.
All right. And then Eastern Conference, as we said, 76ers, they're gonna roll through everything. I mean, look, this Boston, that Boston matchup, like, let's not joke that like 76ers are gonna like go straight through Boston. They're not. It's gonna be extremely competitive, but I see them making the Eastern Conference final. And I got them going against the New York Knicks.
I'm the delusional one. I'm sorry. Like, come on.
Look. Hear me out. This Knicks team, they got chemistry. They're balling, all right?
All right.
They are going to beat Giannis and the Bucks in Game 7.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, all right? They go against the 76ers in the in the Eastern Conference final. Sadly, they aren't able to pull it off. 76ers to the finals. Nuggets to the finals. I got Nuggets winning it all, though.
Got the Nuggets winning it all. Okay. So now for me, I'm going to go with the Bucks over the Sixers. I think that'll be another entertaining series. Probably goes to 6 or 7. But I think Giannis gets himself back to the finals. Now, on the other side of things, we got the Clippers and the Warriors. And again, I think this one would be an incredibly fun matchup. I think, Curry, Clay, and company versus the star power that the Clippers bring. I think LA would overpower them. And Kawhi, look, here's the thing about Kawhi Leonard. He's never available. He never plays. He's always resting. But when he's out on the court in the playoffs, he's unbeatable. I mean, look at what he's done. He put San Antonio on his back, took him to the championship. And yeah, obviously he was surrounded by like Tim Duncan and all those guys. That one run there. But in the finals, he was the best player. He's the one who clamped LeBron. He was the one who...
Hey, I mean, give a better example. His performance in Toronto.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even get to that. That's
yeah, I mean, like, look, that's like the easiest performance. Like, fine. Yeah, you can argue the Warriors were they were injured, all right? They were like rolling into that final. They were not like, but still, like, he carried them in that series too. So, and
just the fact that he got them to that finals was really
right, exactly. That crazy shot against 76ers carried them there.
Yeah, he is, I believe, going to pick up his 3rd Finals MVP on a 3rd different team, which will be absolutely incredible.
No.
And as far as legacy goes, the Clippers have so much at stake here. First of all, Paul George cementing himself as Hall of Famer, winning this ring. Kawhi cementing himself as top 15 player of all time, maybe. I mean, it's arguable. And then
it's arguable he could be, one of the best. Yeah.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook would lock himself up as a top 5 point guard. I really think that this would be a big, big legacy thing, and Giannis and the Bucks fall just short against LA, who did losing in the first round. But get out.
All right, I will respect that. Like, look, if you have the Clippers beating the Nuggets, I see them beating the Warriors. That's what I personally see. Okay. Right? I could see them if they make it into the finals. They're going against the Bucks. Here's the thing: I'm not high on the Bucks, right?
Yeah,
they're a great team. I'm just not like. No, I don't really see them even make. I don't even see them like making the final. Like even if they beat the Knicks, right, and going against the 76ers, I don't see that.
My thing, I think the Sixers are due for a title run eventually, like a trip to the championship game, because they keep getting close and they keep falling just short.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised at all if we see Philly in the championship. And Embiid's unstoppable at times. Like, he really is an incredible player, as is Jokic. So the fact that I'm picking both Embiid and Jokic to fall short is a tough thing to do. Because you look at Denver, like, they got pieces. They have talent. I mean, Jamal Murray's been doing good. Michael Porter Jr. is just a shot-making machine right now. I just think that LA is a team of destiny this year, and that's really what's guided my picking.
Okay.
Regardless, and this is where we're going to start to wrap the show, I think that this is one of the most fun playoffs we've ever had.
Yes, for sure.
Like, you look at last year, like, last year was so forgettable. Like, what even happened in last year's playoffs? Like,
Who won last year, by the way?
It was the Warriors over the Celtics.
Oh.
Like, okay. It was boring. Like, nothing fun happened last year. Yeah. And this year, I think, will more than make up for that. Any closing thoughts, Davian?
I agree with you there, 100%. No, I mean, like, look, I mean, you guys kind of mentioned it yesterday on the Hockey Podcast, which, again, check that out. It's a great podcast. They really break it down, the NHL playoffs. You know, I think that's going to be fun. You know, that those playoffs are going to be fun. These playoffs are going to be fun. You know, I think it's just, if it's not a good playoffs, like, you know, like, if it's going to be, like, sweep or, like, game, you know, 4 or 5 exits for these teams, it will just look bad in the entire NBA this season, because this season in its own has been so fun. Like, with the different, like, you know, we hate as fans, as much as we despise drama, it adds, you know, different fun to it. It makes the games more competitive. It gives it more of a reason to watch. And because of all those things, you know, I seriously hope that it's going to be a good playoff series, because if it is, I think this will be cemented as one of the most exciting NBA seasons of all time.
Yeah.
And something we'll be talking about in like 10 years, you know, doing documentaries about the 2022-2023 season.
Yeah, like the same way people talk about 2016 right now as being like a legendary season. This year has that kind of potential.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's all I got, really.
No, I'm excited. And I mean, look, and even just being a New Yorker, not a Knicks or Nets fan, but seeing both those teams in the playoffs, especially the Knicks with hype around them, like, it's fun. It's so hard not to get sucked into this. Like, kids talking about the NBA at school, like, it's good to see all this. And I'm certainly excited to watch the Clippers title run. Clippers and 4 guys, remember that. And, that'll do it for this episode of the Benchwarmer Sports Podcast. Ralphie missed out on a lot of fun today. We'll be excited, I guess, to have him back in the future.
I guess so.
Theodore, Davian, that'll do it.
Peace.
Had to get the peace in. Let's go. Okay. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Peace.